Hey, Jacob, welcome. You've done quite a bit of work with us on getting our new book, Revenue Zone, together. And, you've told us a few times that there are some things in that book that kind of resonated with you as a buyer. So talk to us about what resonated with you and really hit home as it relates to a business buyer.
Totally. And thank you, Tom. I'm really appreciative of the opportunity to work on the book. I like working on books generally because I get to learn from the authors, but rarely do I read a book where I not only learn something, but really deeply resonate with what is being shared in the book. That was the case with the Revenue Zone for sure. And the reason why is it introduces a new philosophy about selling and marketing. And some of the key points in the book, not to spoil the whole thing or anything, is that buyers want to be in control of the buying process. And that is totally true for me. So for one, I hate being sold. I've had some really bad experiences where like salespeople have, maybe used a more traditional approach, maybe just a dumb approach. And they've said like, you're not ready to understand this. Like we have to meet with you for an hour and walk you through it. Otherwise, you just can't comprehend what we're selling. And, as a business person, that makes zero sense because you should be able to give someone an elevator pitch in 30 seconds or less, and they should be able to understand what value you bring and what you do and all that. So again, as a person who hates being sold, I love this book about selling and marketing, and I wish more businesses used this approach. Personally, I give my business to businesses and companies that kind of use the Revenue Zone model in their just how they do business.
So yeah, so Jacob, what as a buyer again, what is your ideal business experience that you would buying experience that you would want to go through?
The ideal buying experience for me is an experience where I definitely have all the control as the buyer. And it's an experience in which I have all the information that the company, is willing to give me, and I can just lay it all out in front of me and I can research it and I can think about it on my own. Then when I'm ready, I can of course contact the salesperson and basically give them a yes or a no. I don't like when people really talk things up. I'd rather just see the cold hard numbers. And I think it can be useful to ask questions and get more information as a later stage in the process. But just kind of being, an analytical person myself, I just like, have to have all the information. And I think that's really simple. It's really easy. Saves time for the business if they just put it on their website or, give you the report or the spreadsheet or whatever. And then I can just, do my own research incognito, and then I can compare the options and make a decision from there.
Great. So would you find it valuable if, you were working with a salesperson and they were acting more as a guide or a consultant for you versus selling? Would that be valuable in the process? And obviously it'd be different depending upon what you're buying, but can you see an example of where that would be useful?
Yeah, I think that would be very useful because there is a point when you as the buyer aren't informed enough to make the entire decision. And so in that case, yeah, it's really helpful to have a consultant who's been where you want to be and who, knows the product inside and out. And I think the key there is for the consultant or the advisor, the salesperson basically, to just not be pushy and to actually at least pretend like they have your true interest in mind. Like whether or not they get a commission, they should be looking out for you and just give you the real advice. Like you shouldn't do this, you should do this, and not try to stretch things or inflate things and just to get you to make an emotional decision.
Excellent. Well, appreciate again your help on the book and your feedback. Thanks, Jacob.
Of course. Thank you, Tom.